Hey guys, I just want to say that if you're new to the channel, please do consider subscribing. I'm a small content creator and could really use your support. I live stream 100% of the gameplay for games that I review, and I'm also always trying to keep up with the big named movies that are being released. If you would like to support the channel monetarily, you can do so through PayPal, or even better yet, you can get yourself some merch from my Teespring store. If you want to get better connected, you can do so through the social links in the description below, and please do consider joining the Discord. If you do, you can voice chat with me through my headphones while I live stream, and you won't be recorded on YouTube or Twitch. That's all I've got, guys. I hope that you really enjoy the video. Hello everyone, and welcome. Before we get started on today's video, I do just want to say that I apologize. This video has been delayed. It was supposed to get done last week or maybe even the week before, but I just have had a lot of series that have come out that I've been doing reviews and movies and things, so I do apologize for this being later than it was supposed to be. One more thing before we get started. For Christmas, so I got an early Christmas gift this year. At Thanksgiving, I was with my father, and he gave me my Christmas gift early, so I am a huge Dungeons & Dragons fan. I love everything Dungeons & Dragons, and so he got me a pop figure. This is a pop figure of Tiamat, the queen, the kind of the dragon god queen of the evil dragons from Dungeons & Dragons, so she has all of the colors here in each one of her heads of each of the evil dragons, so we have that, and then also it comes with a dice to represent the game, Dungeons & Dragons, which is a paper and pencil RPG that uses dice, so that's pretty cool. Let me just make sure that I have this set up right here. Okay, cool. So, awesome. But, I'll put it right here. She'll have it between her claws there. Okay, awesome. I might change that later, but concerning today's video, I have a question for you guys. Have you enjoyed the MCU? What did you think about the lesser known in the comics anyway, Guardians of the Galaxy? They have had 2 films so far, and there's a 3rd one coming out. If you enjoyed those, I believe that you will definitely enjoy today's game that we're talking about. I'm Mike, and this is Mike's After Action Reviews, and today we are doing the After Action review for Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy. Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy was developed by Eidos Montreal, which is famous for the Deus Ex series and Shadow of the Tomb Raider in 2018. It was published by Square Enix, which is very well known for the Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, and Kingdom Hearts franchises. The game is based off the comic books rather than the MCU movies, but does take place shortly after the war with Thanos. This gives the world a sort of familiarity for anyone who has watched the MCU movies. One thing that I really love about the comic characters versus the movie characters is that they can really show the true power of the Guardians, most notably Drax and Gamora. In the movies, Drax is a physically strong warrior and Gamora is a skilled assassin. In the comics, however, Drax is amazingly super strong and nearly invulnerable, even being able to kill Thanos in hand-to-hand combat. And Gamora possesses superhuman durability, superhuman speed, and, to a lesser extent than Drax, superhuman strength. I really appreciate the difference between the comic books, written and animated media, and live-action movies, because certain things are just harder to depict in live action, such as super strength. And here it is great to see that they chose to use the comic book variants of these characters so that they could write the story in such a way that we can see some of their crazier feats on display. The game's story starts off with the Guardians breaking into the site of an old spaceship battle that has been quarantined by the Nova Corps. The Guardians are trying to capture a rare beast said to reside among the ruined ships in order to sell it to a powerful warlord, but instead accidentally release a mysterious being that later kills the creature that they were there to capture. Nova Corps then arrives, having been alerted to a disturbance in the quarantine zone, and promptly arrests them. Star-Lord makes a deal with Ko-Rel, the Nova Corps arresting officer with whom he has a prior relationship, to pay a hefty fine within 3 cycles. Quill and crew head off to scam the aforementioned warlord to pay the fine, but when returning to pay the Nova Corps fine, they discover a mysterious force that has taken over the minds of those in the station and threatens to sweep across the galaxy. From there, the player must guide the Guardians of the Galaxy as they seek answers about this strange mind-controlling force and find a way to stop it. The game's core gameplay mechanic is a pretty unique combat system. The player controls Star-Lord and, during combat, gives commands to the other members of the Guardians to perform special attacks, with each character focusing on a different aspect of combat. Gamora deals high damage, Rocket focuses on area of effect attacks, Groot immobilizes enemies, and Drax's attacks increase an enemy's stagger meter. Filling the stagger meter stuns an enemy and increases damage dealt to them for a few seconds. Although he gains a wide variety of diverse abilities throughout the game, Star-Lord, at least individually, is the least powerful of the group. This forces the player to find effective ways of using each character's abilities to complement each other in order to overcome combat challenges. Moving on to the game's special features. There is a dialogue system that allows you to decide how to react to things said to you and things going on around you. The decisions that you make during these dialogue moments may either be small and have very little effect, or can have a large impact on interactions throughout the game, including the ending. These dialogue moments are very effective at creating connections to the characters. Everything is well written, and I have to hand it to the developers here. Character progression works by characters gaining experience through combat encounters. Each level gained gives a point, which can be spent to buy each of the characters' 3 normal abilities, with the 4th ultimate ability being unlocked by progressing through the story. Star-Lord also has his own unique progression path, with the player being able to collect materials that Rocket can use back in the Guardians' ship the Milano, which serves as the game's hub, or at workbenches found throughout the world to upgrade Quill's weapons and gear. Throughout the game, there are also many collectibles for the player to find. These include 45 outfits, 35 archives, which are basically journal entries, 15 Guardian collectibles that unlock new conversations, and 32 collectible items. The last thing that I want to talk about is just a nice little perk in the game: the journal. As you progress through the story, you can take a look at Quill's journal to see his summary of the events so far in his own words, including his own funny illustrations. This is just another way that the game develops the characters and makes you feel connected to them. So, that brings us to my final statement and review score. So I want to say that this game, while the combat system is not as, it doesn't feel as weighted or heavy-hitting as other superhero and action games, it is very unique as far as the group combat system. I've seen other games where you play one character and kind of can command other characters to use their abilities, but it was pretty cool to be able to, like in this one in particular, be able to juggle the different characters' abilities to make combos and things like that. That was pretty nice. It also had a really fun atmosphere with the music that they licensed for this game, which was pretty cool. That's kind of a keynote feature in the movies as well. But the game's biggest and strongest, just the greatest strength of this game is amazing writing and dialogue. Really great writing, dialogue, and storytelling. It actually gives you, like with the characters and the way that they're developed, the way that they act, the voice acting, and all of those things, it really makes you feel like you are playing a Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Like this could, and the way that the story is written, as far, like I said, it's written slightly after the war with Thanos. This could be Guardians of the Galaxy 3, the movie, you know, like a video game version of the movie. Although, as I said, this is the comic book version. So that's what I mean when I said that there's a familiarity. Because, like I said, this is just so much fun. I mean, as far as the story and the dialogue and watching these characters interact, that I'm going to give this one 2 thumbs way up. I'm going to rate this as excellent. Now, it may not be high excellent, like truly world-changing, but this definitely does kind of bring back some of the greatness that we've seen in the past as far as movies in a video game feeling. I know that there's a New Game Plus that you can play through after you've unlocked everything, as far as the progression, which is the progression. It's not the most in-depth or anything, but it's definitely serviceable. But with different choices that you can make through the campaign, replayability is definitely going to be there, so you can see how things turn out a little bit differently. But I highly recommend this one, especially if you loved Guardians of the Galaxy. The dialogue and everything, it is really, really fun to watch these characters at it once again. So, there is my review, guys. I want to thank you all for watching and just say, God bless you all, and have a good day.